Cheekyricho Guts and PUStard. Hi and welcome to Cheekyricho's monster meal of guts and PUStard. We have a 17 centimetre by 27 centimetre sliced tin, or that's 10.5 inches by 6.5 inches. We're just going to line that with some baking paper and put it to one side. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, and we have 2 sheets of frozen puff pastry here we're allowing to thaw. Now over a medium heat we're going to add our morello cherries and some of their juice. Now morello cherries are really quite tart. You could use frozen or you could use fresh. I'm also going to add some of our homemade Cheekyricho strawberry jam because it's quite rich in flavour, and we'll add a little bit of redness to these cherries. We're going to add some sugar, but we're going to adjust it as we go so that it's not too sweet. Now we just have some potato flour here. We're going to add enough water to make a smooth paste. This is what we're going to be using to thicken the contents of our guts. So just make that into a smooth paste. Mixes quite readily. You could use corn flour if you like, but it will be quite milky, and arrowroot will go a little bit like chewing gum. So I find that potato flour is a very good medium for thickening fruits and gravies. Now before it gets too hot, I'm just going to taste this to see if it's sweet enough. It's quite tangy. I'm going to add a little sugar, or about 30 grams or about 1 ounce of sugar, and stir that until it's dissolved, and then we're going to thicken it with our potato flour or potato starch and water. Now before it gets too warm, we're going to add some of our potato starch and water. This is essentially a cherry pie filling, so you could use canned pre-prepared cherry pie if you like. Just keep stirring that all around until it thickens and becomes opaque. You can see it's starting to get quite thick now, and it won't be milky anymore very, very short. So that whole process has only taken about 5 minutes. Okay, now we can turn that off. You can see the consistency that you're after, and set that to one side while we prepare our intestine casings. Now I'm just going to cut my pastry in half. It's still attached to the plastic separation liner on the back there, and I'm going to join the other sheet of pastry to it. It's roughly in half, so just press the pieces of pastry together so we're making a long continuous sausage of it. Then we get some of our cherry filling and we spread it along the center all the way along. Doesn't have to be even because food travels through the intestines at different rates due to peristalsis. Just drag that right through there. We're going to essentially make this into a sausage. We'll take it over itself. Quite warm and a bit full there. We'll spread that out a little bit better. Peel our plastic back. It's starting to cook already. And just fold it over on itself, like so. And we get our tray and we lay our intestines in a wriggly fashion. Like so. And do the same with the next one. Fold it over on itself again. Sealing the ends so it's easier to manage. And lower our intestines in on top of our other ones. If you can do it so that the seam side is down, you'll be a lot better off. These look horribly realistic. And that's what you should have. Now we're just going to bake our guts for about 20 minutes or until they're puffed and golden. The filling is cooked, we just have to brown and cook the pastry. 25 minutes later, this is what you should have. The guts are well cooked, they've burst in a few places, and some of the entrails filling have come out. Don't worry too much about that, it all adds to the effect. Okay, let's make some PUStard. It's essentially just a custard, and we're going to have some little flecks of green flicked through it for effect. The ingredients are in the recipe box below, so let's get started. We're going to be cooking it in the thermochef, so into our thermochef jug goes our milk. We're just using light milk here, but you could of course use full cream milk. So everything in, our milk, our vanilla extract, our raw sugar, as little or as much as you like, our whole eggs, and our corn flour. 8 minutes, speed for 90 degrees. You don't even have to stir it. Okay, after 8 minutes, This is what you should have. It's quite thick. We're going to tip some into a bowl and we're going to put some green colouring in that. The rest is going into a container for serving. Now, decant it from the jug immediately, otherwise you will find it will continue to cook and perhaps curdle. So just get it out as quickly as you can. If you'd like it a little thicker, add more corn flour. If you'd like it a little thinner, add more milk. Now we're just going to put a couple of drops of green food colouring. Add more or less, whatever you like. We want it to really look quite disgusting because it's guts and pus. So I think another drop will be in order. Just get that stirred right in and just allow that to cool. It will solidify a lot more than what the custard in the jug will because it's cooling at a different rate. And then we're just going to fold that green slime through the rest of the custard. And pop it in the fridge if you like. Make it a little bit quicker process. Okay, to serve our guts, they're quite warm still. Just peel our paper back and lower them onto our serving platter. The more clinical our serving platter looks, the better off we are. I'm just using a stainless steel tray here. Just peel it back. There you have it. Just move them out a little bit because if you've dismembered as many zombies as me, you'll know that the guts don't end up in a square. Our guts are ready to eat. Our green pustard is ready to be folded through our yellow pustard. The reason that we're working under these unusual circumstances is we are in the middle of a blackout. So I have absolutely no lighting whatsoever, and this is our dessert. So we're just going to try and fold this in as best we can under the circumstances and serve it up. I'll just give it a little plop through here. Now you want this to be quite thick and quite gloopy. It's only just warm, and the green portion of it, of course, is quite cold because I had that sitting in the fridge. There you have it, Cheekyricho's Guts and Pustard. We'll try, shall we? Just cut the ascending colon off, the descending colon off, and the transverse colon off. Some of our pustard. And there you have it, Cheekyricho's Guts and Pustard. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration. If you would like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our Cheekyricho channel and don't forget to please subscribe. And do come back and visit us again soon. We have so much more to show you and we're uploading lots of videos every week. And thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day. Cheekyricho's Guts and Pustard. Some of our green and yellow and globby looking. Yum. And some of our guts. And thank you very much for watching. Yum.